Alright guys, so welcome along to Australia once again for today for IFR's Esports League. So it's going to be round one for them, and with Group 2 we got 13 drivers currently on track here, starting our short qualifying session. I think it should be quite an interesting one. So getting used to a few more PSN names for the day here. Hopefully you don't get anyone wrong. If I do forgive me on that. So I got a few cars already exiting the pit lane. Let's get some stats up on screen, and then we're going to be following along to see what's going on track. As usual, I do keep the full track map on so I can at least see when an incident has happened on track. So let's see, we got Ivo Spawn, we got Dido, Ian, I got Wilmar, I got IMS. Well, I'll just say Wavy for now. Seems easier. I got Bait, Jim Straff, I got Garfield, I got Cal, Assassin, Time to Juggle, Heater, and Willow. Hopefully I got everyone's name right. Sometimes I do tend to get them wrong. I apologize for that. Should be fine. Let's see. So let's see who's currently running. Got Wilmar. Well, everyone's going to be out on our out lap for now, and then get started with a hot lap pretty soon. Got a few drivers still in the pits yet to come out. So just about 16 and a half minutes left in the session. So this 18-minute qualifying session does tend to go out actually pretty fast if you do think about it as, oh, that's someone in a Renault getting spun around there. As we just caught off the view of Wilmer's car there. Luckily not racing at the moment, so hopefully not any too bad damage. If any damage, they will have to go back into the pits and get it back again and then get going. Who's currently crossing the line first here? Let's have a look. I think it's a McLaren. I think that's Garfield. I think he might be the first person to set a lap time here, so let's stay with him for the moment, because he is on his hot lap going right now, and let's see what kind of time he's going to be bringing in. So from previous experience for the day, I'll say we had the fastest lap I think we had was like 120s. I think probably was a 120.4, 120.6 if I remember correctly. I'm not even sure, but let's see what we're going to have from IFR here today. I think they do have some pretty fast drivers, and I think the Group 1 race is happening right now as well, if I do remember that correctly. I deal with so many leagues, I tend to forget stuff a lot, so do forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but I think Group 1 is racing right now as well at the exact same time. So they're racing side by side, and I'm only doing this group. So let's see what kind of lap times we'll be seeing here. I'm not sure if Garfield's lap was interrupted a little bit there. We're going to just keep following around anyway to see what kind of time he's going to be putting in. And then let's see who's going to be coming behind him. I think there is a car in front of him now, though. Not 100% sure on that as yet. That was Bates' car. Let's see if Bate is making a lap time here. I think he is. And let's see where he goes. 121.7. Going back to Garfield, he goes... Oh, goes into third. A bad lap from him. Wilmar getting a 121.4. Taking provisional pole for the moment. That's probably going to be switching off to someone else pretty soon, as I think some of these guys might be doing a better time, and we're going to have to come back. And so Wilmar currently in P1, Bate currently P2. We got Cal taking P3 for now with a 122.7. Ivo Spawn takes P5 now apparently with a 123.7. 1 second slower than Cal. Dido goes P4 at 123.4. Heater 86 goes 125, not too well of a time. Garfield and his time are a little off, so they're going to want to try and improve that. We got Ian coming around. Let's see where the NMC goes. And that Red Bull, he's taking P3 for now at a 122.4. Not too bad of a time for him, but I think these 121s are where it's going to be to get a front row start at this race actually here. So let's see how many drivers are going to be able to make it into the 121s, and if anyone is going to be able to touch that 120. One Cal retiring from the session. Not sure if he crashed out anywhere. This is why, like, I think he did, as I can see. I think someone's car is going to allow us to have a good view at it. There we go. Let's see. There's his car on the side of the track. He did crash out. I knew we were going to get a view of it at some point. Alright, so he's out of the session with a 122.7. He's going to have to stick with that, which I don't think is going to play too well. He's going to be a little bit further down the field at the start of the race. Because we still got just under 13 minutes left in qualifying here. So that's quite a lot of time for everyone to get back out and actually make a better lap time in. I got Wavy currently out on track. No? I think he is on track. Not sure why it's switching the pit lane when I do that. Okay, we got Assassin running here. He's currently no lap time posted. He's currently on the hot lap. Let's see what he's going to be bringing in when he does get around. Currently running Sector 2. We're about to go into Sector 3 pretty shortly. Seems to be flying. I don't see any proper sectors as yet. Just waiting to see what kind of time he's going to bring in. Time to juggle went 7th with 123.8. A few 123s. I think the 122, 121s are the best time to get right about now. Oh, and he goes P3, 121.9. So quite a few more 121s coming in here now, which is always good to see. Well, let's see who else is running. I think Dido might be on another lap going here. Not sure. Got Garfield there running as well. Is he running another lap right now? No, I don't think he is. Got Heater 86. I've seen him race before. I don't think he's running a lap though. I think I got time to juggle running a lap. I'm gonna follow with him just a little bit to see what he's up to at the moment. I got Wavy out on track still there. I think he might be running another hot lap there now. Yes, he is. We're going to stay on board with him and let's see what the Racing Point can do at this point here. I think it's his teammate Wilmar in the other Racing Point in provisional pole at the moment for the start of the race at 121.4. Fastest lap of this session so far for our short qualifying session here. And he does a proper Sector 1 so far. Can he actually beat his teammate's time here? Let's see what's going to happen. If he does get better than a 121.7, then it's going to put both Racing Points on the front row for the start if they can actually keep it there. But we're going to see how well that goes for them. Seems to be doing well so far for this lap. Let's see what kind of Sector 3 time he gets. Might have messed up that last corner, maybe just a little bit, but seems to be going on. No, not too well of a time actually. They're only in 7th at 123.5. As I got Willow currently on a lap. He's going to be finishing his lap here pretty shortly, so let's see what kind of time Willow is about to bring in. And the Ferrari goes P3 with a 121.9. Wilmar and Bate holding on to P1, P2 at the moment and not letting go. And no one is able to beat those times as yet. A 121.4 and a 121.7 seems to be the time to beat. We got Jim Strasser currently running. Let's see what he's up. He's on a hot lap going. He might be able to do it. I'm not sure. Of course, he's running on medium, so a little bit of slower tires here. Of course, we got to take that into account when we do watch what kind of time these guys are making, because some of them are running on softs and some cars will be running on the mediums, depending on what tires they actually want to start the race on here. Of course, running on the mediums mean it is a slower tire, so you might be half a second off, but some drivers are actually good enough on tracks such as Australia to actually beat someone who's done a time on soft tires. So it's going to be interesting to see if someone on the mediums can get all the way up into the top 3 for the start of the race, or even into the top 5. So far we got Wavy up in 8. I think he might have done those on mediums there, not sure as yet, as I think we're only on fitted tires at the moment. Yep, we are. And best times, there we go. Ian did his fastest time on on mediums. Oh, someone just went up somewhere. I'm not even sure where that was. Let's switch that back to mediums and let's see where Jim Straff goes on the board here. He goes only into 12th, 125, very bad lap. I got Garfield, I think, is running another lap right now. He's trying to improve on his 128. That was a horrible lap from him there. I don't think he's gotten into a zone as yet to get a good lap in. It's not as easy as you're going to expect. Australia is a track that is quite easy to cut the corner and just cause an invalidation to your lap, losing that lap there, and then just wasting a lap on those tires as well. There's a lot of factors that these guys actually have to think about in terms of getting the best lap here. They have to keep that car as light as possible as they can, which means they have to put a minimum amount of fuel in it to maybe run just a minimum of one hot lap, or maybe sometimes they would be able to run two on it. Depends how much fuel they actually put into the car. So a lot of different things to consider, especially with the tires, how well you're going to be on your out lap, what kind of settings you're going to be using in terms of fuel. Some cars, some drivers actually do change it to lean fuel whilst driving on their out lap, and then switch it all the way up to rich when they are ready to go on their hot lap. Well, on the hot lap mode anyway. As Garfield comes around the final corner now, let's see if he's actually able to make a better time. Not seeming like he will. This is already 126, 127 going. He has improved by about a second, but still not good enough to get him into the at least the top 6. Seems like Time to Juggle is on a hot lap here right now. Let's see what he's up to. Wilmar is still back in the pits. Bates is on another out lap right now, trying to improve on his 121.7 to see if he can take away pole position for the start of the race. I got Willow still holding third, Assassin in fourth. I got Ivo Spawn in fifth right now, Ian in sixth, Lido in eighth, Jim Strap now in ninth, Wavy down to 10th. Time to Juggle is in the 11th. He is trying to improve on his time right now. He rated 6 and 12. Garfield in 13. He's trying to improve that 127 still. We still got just under 6 minutes left in the session, so it's actually still a lot of time for these guys to get out and do maybe 2 more laps on a fresh set of tires if they choose to. I got Wavy coming out on another out lap there right now. Alright, let's see where he goes. He goes 122.6 into 7th now. Not too bad actually, just starting right around the middle of the field. So it's still going to be a little bit tight through the first 2 corners of this track on the start of the race. But still time yet to go in this session. So let's see what's going to be changing here. I think you got Bait on his hot lap right now. Let's see where he's going to be going. It's going to be quite interesting to see if he can actually make a better time than 121.7. It does need at least about 3/10 or more, 4/10 or more to beat Wilmar's time right now and take away P1. And he does it, 121.031. Beats Wilmar's time by at least 4/10. So not a bad job from Bate there, taking away pole position. Wilmar is now down into second for the start of the race. Let's see, he should be getting out back pretty shortly and try to make up a better time. Hopefully he can. We got Willow running in P3 now, so Assassin is going to be starting fourth for the moment. I got Ian going back into the pits. Let's see who else is currently running here. Garfield back into the pits. He's coming out again on another out lap. Let's see between Wavy and Heater 86 who's currently running. I think they're both running right now. Let's follow along with Wavy and see what he's up to. Might have touched that wall just a tad little bit there. Seems to be doing pretty well on this lap so far. Hopefully he's able to keep it on track and make a time without invalidating, which as we've seen is actually quite easy to do. Oh, I was thinking I was just someone getting out of the way there. Alright, so that's Wavy into P3 now, 121.9. Not a bad time for him. That's actually pretty impressive. So we're actually getting very close to those 120 times. We might actually be able to see one before the session ends. We're not sure as yet. We still got Garfield on another outlap right now. Dido on another outlap. I got Assassin on an outlap as well. Ian just coming out on another lap there now as well. Everyone is going to want to give it another go before the end of the session here. Got Ivo spawn on a lap right now. Let's see where he puts that Mercedes. Starting in 6th. I don't think that's what the team is going to expect from him. He's going to want to try and improve those results. Oh, and breaks off the front wing of the final corner, going onto the pit straight, and let's see if he improves just a little bit, but not enough to improve his position for the start of the race. He's going to have to try that again if he has enough time, but he does have a broken wing, so obviously no time to go back in and get out again, so he might have to just stick with a 122.1, which is not going to work too well for him here. Got Dido running another lap here. I think maybe have Garfield as well. Let's see if he's able to improve off that 127 around this occasion. I think McLaren might be expecting him at least to be competing in the midfield, if not up with the top teams out there. Does use a lot of the curb. Not so much as to invalidate, but doing pretty well. Let's see how this goes for him. And a 126 improved by another second, but still not good enough to improve his position here. I got Heater 86 coming around again. Got Dido coming behind him. Oh, we might have a bit of probably minor touch happening there. And I think he's out of fuel. Got Dido coming in. Let's see where he goes. 122.7. So Assassin just took a... Oh, Beatty is happy with his time, or maybe he crashed it, I'm not sure, but I think he probably retired. So Assassin took away P2, and I think he's still running. We got Wilmar in P3 now. Wavy, his teammate, just behind him in P4. Let's see if Wilmar can actually improve his time here. You do have Assassin in front. Oh, and Ian goes up into P3 now with a 121.159. Quite close times for these top 5 positions here. Actually, for top 6 for the moment. Following back with Wilmar right now. Let's see if he's going to improve on that 121.3. He might want to actually take it all the way into the 120s to secure a pole position start here, if he can. And Wavy's retired from the session. He's happy with his time. As he comes around the final corner, let's see where he goes. Seems to be doing pretty well. Nope, not good enough to take him up even further, so he's going to be staying there for the moment. I think Ian just finished his lap there as well. I'm not sure if anyone else is still running here. I think Heater 86 is just out of fuel and going around. Anyway, I think that is going to be it here, guys, for qualifying at Australia with IFR. So, not a bad qualifying session, I would say. Some very good lap times we're seeing, all the way from 121s going down to 126. It should be a good battle throughout the race, I would say, for most of these guys. Being their lap times are actually so quite close to each other, just 1/10 and 2/10 off. Not sure how our race start is going to go on this occasion for this league. Let's see if we're going to have a VSC on the start of the race or not. I'm not quite sure as yet. It might be possible, but let's see. Hopefully everything goes cleanly through turns 1 and 2. You might be seeing a VSC here and there. It is quite a competitive track though, as we've seen with previous races here. especially when drivers lap times are so close to each other. And that's the end there, guys. We're going to have a results table do come up at the end before we get started with the race. Hopefully we don't get that glitch that usually happens at the start where the leaderboard is mixed up. It does tend to happen though. So Bates starting on pole here. Alongside him is going to be Assassin in second, Ian third, Wilmore fourth. We got Wavy in fifth, Willow sixth, I Spawn seventh, Time to Juggle is eighth. We got Cal in ninth. Dido is 10th, Jim Straub 11th, Heater 86 is 12th, and we got Garfield in 13th. That's our 13 drivers, how they'll be starting. And we got Jim Straub, the only driver starting on the mediums, it seems. And some very close lap times, so it's going to be interesting to see how this one goes. Guys, I don't think we have formation lap enabled on, so we might be getting straight into the race. I'll be just switching to position changes, so it'll be the easiest way to see who's changing what position. Of course, the leaderboard might get mixed up from that glitch that Codemasters has fixed for months now, like seriously. Alright guys, here we go, the start of the Australian Grand Prix for Rung 1, Group 2, and they're off. Let's see how this is going to go into the Forest corner. We're going to try and catch as much of it as we can. Seems to be going pretty well so far. Not sure if that leaderboard is mixed up as yet. I'm just trying to catch what's out. Oh, we got quite a few cars into the wall down at the back. McLaren, a Ferrari into the wall, into each other. I'm not sure what happened down at the back there. Garfield is out of the race. So someone's car was totaled out of that. That was the McLaren of Garfield. He's out. I think that was Willow's Ferrari. He's still in the race. And we have a VSC for that incident. Not too severe to have a full-on safety car. So just a short virtual safety car. And then we'll get back to racing here. Alright, so let's see how close our gaps are at. So we are still having on position changes so we can see exactly what happened at the start race. Wilmar all the way down into 13, lost 9 positions. Wavy lost 5, Willow lost 6, and some cars gained. Carl gained 5, Heater 86 gained 7. And oh, let's just switch this back now. The tires, and let's see what happened. So we got an extra driver in. I got Dakri 33. He's running in 6th right now. I assume he started down at the back. And we're back racing again. Let's see how turn 1 goes at this occasion as we have Bait with Assassin just behind him. Trying to pull on the side. That's both Williams, I think, running there. Yep, there is. So both Williams running P1, P2 at the moment. Some good points if they can actually finish the race right there. We got Ian in the Red Bull coming behind them in P3. He's going to try and challenge for the lead of the race if he can get all the way out front. I got Ivospon trying to defend against Jim Straub here right now. He's trying to catch up to Dakri 33 as well. Gap out front between Ian and Assassin seems to be getting very close, as I'm not sure what's happening between Bait and Assassin and who's the faster driver, who's number 1, who's number 2. Because if Assassin is faster, Bait might want to have a chat with him about switching positions if Assassin's going to come under threat from Ian here. Or I don't know if it's a plan to keep Ian behind by having Assassin hold him up for just a bit, because he seems to be very fast and catching up very quickly. He just needs a gap to go on to get past the Williams in P2 right now. He is doing an excellent job of chasing them down. Oh, we got Cal going for a position on his teammate here. both Renault fighting it out right now for P4. So Cal in P4, He36 in P5 right now running. Just behind his teammate. I'm not sure if these guys are racing each other or if they're just switching positions. Oh, that was a car straight into the wall. I think that was Dark Creature 3. He might have damage on that car. Not sure as yet. Trying to follow Jim Trav right now as he's trying to catch up to Ivospawn. Doesn't seem to have close enough of a gap to go on as yet. Going back out to Assassin in P2. Still chasing down his teammate Bait in P1. Has ENMC for company behind him though. Ian getting very close. So Williams driver Assassin is going to want to be very careful about this one here, because he does have to worry about driving into his teammate's car out in front and worry about Ian getting very close to him from behind and getting past. Can't afford to actually leave a gap open at the moment, so he's going to have to be very careful. Actually, I have a very excellent view from the back there. Let's see what's happening on the overhead cam here. That Jim Trav getting back very close to Ivospawn there again, as we're going to try and follow that as well, see as it happens. So quite a good battle happening in the midfield here right now between, I think, between Dark Creature 3, Ivospawn, and Jim Trav. Jim doing a good job of keeping up with them. I think Ivospawn trying to get past. Oh, and a bit of contact between Dark Creature 3 and Ivospawn there. Oh, and that's a Alfa Romeo into the wall. That's Jim Trav into the wall there a bit. I don't think he has damage. Seems to be going still. Mercedes is off track a bit. He might have a bit of damage. I'm not sure as yet. We're trying to get a view of that. Let's go on to... trying to have a look to see if that Mercedes is damaged or not. Doesn't seem to be, or maybe it's missing an end plate. I can't tell at the moment. Let's go back to see. Ian is still chasing down Assassin. Ian running P3, Assassin running P2. Bates still leading the race. We haven't gotten to pit stops rotation as yet, so we're going to see how pit stops affect anything in the race when we do get to it. These guys running on softs are probably going to try to do the soft to hard strategy here. Oh, and that's Ian losing the rear. He's out of the race. That's Red Bull out. That's my... I don't know if that's going to cause a safety car or VSC, but it is at the side of the track. Oh, and that's the second car getting... Not sure what happened to the Renault there. That was Cal's car. I don't think he's out of the race, but he just lost the rear coming off that corner as well. He's trying to get back into line to get back into the race right now. That's definitely a VSC after that second incident there. So Cal is going to have some severe damage on his Renault. Going to have to change front wings here and change his tires at the same time here. Ian is out of the race. Not sure if he just naturally lost the rear and ended up into that wall there. So Bait continues to lead. Assassin still running P2. I got Heater 86 running in P3 now under the VSC, which should be ending pretty shortly. I got Time to Juggle running in 4th. Ivospawn running in 5th, and we're back racing again as we got both Williams drivers just behind each other. They're driving pretty well for driving so close to each other, just under a quarter of a second. Not sure if Assassin is going to be going past Bait here. These two guys might want to be a bit careful about this, because they could take each other out of the race if they do decide to race each other and fight for the lead of the race here. Which I think Assassin might want actually to try and get that lead away from Bait. But maybe using the pit stops might be the way to do it. He's going to have to decide whether to take an earlier or a later pit stop than his teammate here. That's really what's going to change things. We got Jim Trav getting very close to Ivospawn, trying to go alongside him. Mercedes is not giving an inch at the moment though. Oh, going a bit wide though, leaving the gap open. Jim Trav goes ahead into P5. Ivospawn now down into P6. Wilmar up back and running into P7 right now. He's trying to catch or make her back positions at the moment. So far we're just about quarter way in. We already lost 2 drivers. We got 12 drivers remaining in the session. Garfield out from the start of the race. Didn't entirely see what happened there. We know Ian lost the rear a bit and went into the wall. Cal's car just smashed into that just a little bit of heel. He lost control of his car as well, losing his front wing. Had to pit and ended back in 11th. Oh, Mercedes seems to be having some trouble with this car. Ivospon seems to be going off track just quite a bit. He's going to leave room open now. Wilmar is going to try and catch up to him. Of course, he has Willow for company behind him. Half a second behind, and then there's a Ferrari behind that as well. So Wilmar is going to want to be careful of the Ferrari behind of him here now. Might be quite a few incidents being investigated at the end of this race here, as we're noting. Oh, and that's a Ferrari out. What happened there? Not sure as yet. That's going to be a VSC. We might be able to see what happened to the Ferrari. He might have lost it on the same corner that Ian did, and he's in the same wall. Yes, he is. That is proving to be a very dangerous corner in this Australian Grand Prix here today, this afternoon. Time to Juggle is out of the race as well. He's off on the pit straight. Oh, and there goes Ivospon's car. That's another driver out. We might be having a full-on safety car because with all of these incidents happening on track. I'm not sure if ghosting was on. I expected that car in front of Ivo's car to be ghosted and he should have gone through if it was already DNF'd. So quite a number of incidents happening in just a very short period of time here. We're on lap 7 only running under a VSC still as the cars will be cleared off of the pit lane. The pit straight there. DRS is already enabled back. We're back racing again. Following with the Williams drivers out in front. P1, P2, that's Bait and Assassin. We got Heater 86, 17 seconds behind these guys. Trying to catch up right now. Cal disqualified from the session by ignoring a drive-through penalty. So he's out of the session as well. Only 8 drivers remaining in this race right now. Quite surprising to see so many drivers out of the session in just such an early start to the season for the first race. Let's see if Heater 86 can actually catch up to Assassin. We got Jim Straff now running in 4th. And just getting word from Ian, his rear end of the car just barely touched the grass off that turns exit. And that actually does it for you. I've had that happen to myself already. Just a minor touch on that grass and you're losing the entire rear end of the car, especially the settings you're driving with. You are going to end up into that wall. So Jim Straff in 3rd. Oh, we had maybe a few pit stops happening here. Assassin did a pit stop. Bait hasn't pitted as yet, so Bait still leads the race. Header 86 now runs in 2nd. Jim Straff runs in 3rd now. Assassin down into 4th. We got Wilmar currently running in 5th. I got Wavy in 6th. Dark Richard 3 in 7th. And Dido in 8th. Got Jim Straff going back up, or is someone else pitting here? Alright, so we still have Bait is yet to pit. He has Assassin back behind him now. And he has 22.4 seconds to play with here. So can Bait actually get into the pits and get it back in front of his teammate? He's going to have to really push, and he is into the pits right now. As we have his teammate coming around, let's see how it's going to go on the exit here. Switching back to Bait, he is now getting his tires changed. Getting back out. His teammate is coming around the final corner right now. Let's see if the Williams are going to have a switch happen. It looks like Assassin is going to be able to get past Bait here. It's actually going to be pretty close. No, Bait might be able to hold it, and he does hold it for the moment. This stays in the same position they are. I think Assassin is a bit closer though. He might be trying to pull a switch here now. Let's see. And he does go for it. Went a little bit wide. Bait might try and come back at him, go around. So Williams are racing. And Bait takes back P1. Assassin has to go back into P2. Lost a bit of time. Gap is a bit closer to going over a second there now. Hater 86 is running P3, still 8.9 seconds behind these guys. We got Jim Strav and Wilmar into the pits at the moment. I think they're about to exit the pits there. So Williams driver are definitely racing each other out front. Of course, are running on a different strategy though. Bait might have to do another pit stop here because Assassin just went on to mediums. Not sure if he's going to be able to push those to the end, which I think he's trying to do, and he just did a purple sector on those tires as well, so he's running pretty well on them. Of course, Bait is on the faster tires, on a different strategy from his teammates, so this is going to shake things up just a little bit here now, because we're going to have to watch and see if Bait is actually able to do another pit stop and still beat his teammate in this race. So away from the Williams guys, we got Heat36 in P3, we got Wavy running in P4 right now. Dakri 33 running in P5. Jim Strav running 6th. Wilmar is running 7th. And Dido running 8th. Our closest gap, however, is between Williams driver Bait and Assassin P1, P2. Under a second. And they're still running. We're just following Wilmar right now to see if he can break down his gap of 1.5 seconds to under a second to try and catch Jim Strav, and he seems to be gaining some time off of him right now. He's already actually gained about 3/10 and seems to have quite a lot more straight line speed if he can actually keep this up. Bait is starting to gain some time off of his teammate right now. Being on the faster tire is going to give him that advantage there, but of course he does have to take another pit stop here. So definitely that is going to affect how he finishes this race. We still got Heater 86 yet to do a pit stop here. I think Wavy did an early pit stop in this race at the start. Let's just switch on to pit stops and let's see what had happened at the start of the race here. And stops, the only person to make a stop right now is going to be Heater 86. Everyone else has made their one mandatory pit stop already for the dry race. Taking that back off. Let's switch back to position changes and see what happened here. So we got Dakri gain 9 positions and Heater 86 gain 9 positions as well. Of course, Heater 86 is now into going into the pits. Let's see where he's going to come out. He's currently running in P3. I got Wilmar getting just under a second behind Jim Strav. So Jim is going to be under a little bit of pressure off the racing point right now because he's going to be trying to get back up to P5 and get a few more points in here. Already on lap 11. We're heading through to the halfway point of the race here pretty soon. Bates still trying to keep the gap behind with his teammate over a second just to avoid his teammate getting that DRS to try and get past him again. Of course, every point does count here, and being the first race of the season here for IFR, I think Bate wants to get a pretty good start in and get the 25 points. Not sure who's going to get points for fastest lap here as yet, as we're still yet to get to the end point of the race. Wilmar's gap is getting about half a second. He's trying to get as close as he can to Jim's car to just find a gap to go on. Of course, he's going to have to use his DRS and try to make use of as much overtake as he has left, which is not very much at the moment. And we got someone else, Wavy, into the pits right now. I think strategy is what's going to do it here, but I'm still worried about Bates' strategy on this race right now against his teammate there to see how well that's actually going to work out. I got Dito getting very close to Heater 86 right now. Let's see if he's going to be able to get past. Was looking there was a gap there for a second, but that was actually going to be quite close and probably causing an incident between the two of them. And we got Wilmar getting very close there now as well. And Willow has been disconnected. Well, he's off. He's out of the race already. Wilmar trying to maintain his gap right now. Trying to get as close as he can to the Alfa Romeo of Jim. Jim not making it easy, however. Trying to keep Wilmar behind. He wants him to get out of that DRS zone right now, which is a dangerous point to have him in. Because if he does have more straight line speed and using the DRS and the overtake, he is going to be able to get Jim's car on the pit straight. He still got Assassin. No, he's under a second again behind his teammate Bate, running out in front. So Williams drivers are still fighting out for a pole position there. See how well that's going for them. Riding along with Assassin's car right now. Bate running out in front in P1. Assassin trying not to lose any time off of his teammate here right now, trying to keep himself in that DRS range, so he does get a DRS every time. So if he does have an open gap to go on, he's going to try for it. Hopefully the drivers don't take each other out though, because that's going to end pretty badly for the team. Running P1, P2 for Williams, a very good start of the season so far for them. If they can actually keep this up to the end of the race, so they have about half the race more to go still, another 14-15 laps. Hopefully they don't ruin each other's race here, because they are going at it pretty hard right now. Assassin is trying to keep up. We got Jim Strav getting up into P3 now. The creator of the tree going down to P5 as Wilmar goes past him right now on the pit straight. Wilmar has been chasing Jim's car and has chased the car past the creator of the tree. So they're both now up 2 positions. Well, oh, that was a bit of a tap from Dacri's car there to Wilmar. So Wilmar still under a second behind Jim's car here right now. Of course, Jim is about 36 seconds away from Assassin and Bate out in front. So quite a bit of a gap for them to break down to get out in front there to fight for that position right now. So it's going to be a very strong battle for the final podium position here between Jim and Wilmar. I don't know if that creator of the tree is going to be able to get on this, because he seems to be losing time off the Racing Point driver right now. Dito trying to get under half a second, which he's just done. Behind Heater 86, trying to get up some more points there if he can get into 7th. I got Assassin just 1/4 of a second behind his teammate. It seems to be gaining and losing time at the same time here. These guys are finding it pretty hard. I don't know who's going to be finishing P1, P2 here. I don't know if anybody has any penalties between Bate and Assassin here right now. I think that battle is going to continue on to the end of the race. He's still fighting with Wilmar right now as he's chasing down Jim in that Alfa Romeo. Jim is trying to build a gap, but not having an easy time doing it, as Wilmar's driving is impeccable at the moment. He's keeping on the rear of that Alfa Romeo, trying to chase him now, trying to find a gap to get up into P3 right now. It is much more at stake now, being the position they're fighting for is a final podium position here. And Dakri 33 has lost a lot of time. He's now 7 seconds behind Racing Point, and he's about to have some problems, because if Wavy in the next Racing Point is able to catch up to him in 5th, he's going to be losing 5th if he can't be able to keep up. Then here it is another 10 seconds away. So that's a bit of a gap, not too much to worry about. He's going to have to worry about the car coming behind him at the moment. Still following Wilmar right now. Let's see if he's gonna be able to get a. Let's see, he has DRS using the overtake on the pit straight, and still not able to get any closer to Jim's car, even on that straight. Does show you how much more straight line speed Jim's car has going along that pit straight. And we got Dakri 33 in the pits, so he's going to be falling down the order just a little bit there. Going on to hards there now. He did a 6 on hards already. Jim running on hards right now, but of course Wilmar running on mediums. Is he going to be able to finish the race on those tires? It's going to be a close call for him. And we have Bate doing his second pit stop, and I think this is going to be his final pit stop. He might be going on to mediums going to the end, which yes he is. And let's see where this pit stop puts him. I think he's going to be able to come back right in second. Of course, Assassin running on 9-lap old tires right now. Is he going to be able to push those tires all the way to the end? He might have to make another pit stop here as well, because those tires are going to be pretty worn going down to the end of the race. And with his teammate on fresher tires now, he's going to be able to gain some time off of him. 22.8 seconds, 23 seconds actually, is the gap. He might be able to do a pit stop and come back in front of his teammate. It's going to be quite close though if he does take a chance to do it. I'm not sure if he's just going to play a waiting game with it and just hope that his tires make it to the end of the race without losing a lot of time to Bate. Because he's definitely going to be losing time to Bate. The question is, how much time is he actually going to lose? And who's going to be winning this race? I still have Wilmar chasing down Jim right now. I don't know how much longer this battle is going to continue, but Jim doing an excellent job running on slower tires. Yes, he is, and Wilmar is on the medium tires. Both at the same lap times old, but of course Wilmar is going to have to start to be a bit worried now. He has been driving very close to that Alfa Romeo car for quite some time now. It's definitely going to be affecting his front tires a lot in terms of tire wear, and he's getting very close, but just not getting a gap to go on here. This is an intense battle. Let's see if he's going to be able to get side by side with him. He does seem to be swerving out, trying to find a gap to go on here. Of course, nothing happening at the moment. Gap is extremely close at this point. Not sure if he's going to be able to get him on the pit straight. Doesn't have a lot of overtake to use, so he's going to have to rely on using his DRS and his straight line speed if he's able to catch Jim's car on the straight. It is quite surprising that Jim is able to keep his car in front, even though he's running on the slower tire here. But his car placement is actually pretty good because he is putting... Oh, and we do have an incident. Jim's car is off. I don't know if they have a minor touch or not, or if he just lost the rear there. Jim lost it a bit. I don't think he took any damage, which is good on his side. He is still back and strong in this race. He is now running fourth. Wilmar now takes over P3. Final podium position goes to him for the moment. To finish the race, is still going to have to keep going at it. Of course, I don't know if Wilmar is going to have to take another pit stop as yet. Now Jim is running P4. We got Wavy coming at him in P5, 5.4 seconds behind. Jim has some time to catch up with here now. He's now 4.1 seconds behind Wilmar's car. It might have just been the pressure as well, because Wilmar did put a lot of pressure on Jim there in terms of trying to get past. So I'm not sure if there was any contact between the two cars that caused him to go off a little bit, or he might have just lost the rear. Might be deemed a racing incident at the moment. Not sure if that's going to be investigated either, but we're going to have a look at the end of the race. So let's see what's happening out front. We got Assassin currently leading. Bate currently 21.4 seconds. He's gained at least half a second on his teammates so far, still running. I think his teammate might have to think about taking a pit stop here. Dido is out of the race. So 7 drivers currently remain. 7 drivers out. Assassin P1, Bate P2. Currently Wilmar P3. Jim Straff is P4. Wavy P5. Heater 86 6th. And Dakri 33 running in 7th. Jim is still actually trying to catch up to his teammate. Bate has actually lost some time right now to his teammate. He's now 25.9 seconds behind. This is actually more than enough time for Assassin to get into the pits and get back on fresh tires. DRS has been enabled back here. It's going to be interesting to see if Assassin takes a look at that gap time and actually tries to go into the pits. Not sure if he's going to be able to be doing that. Oh, time has actually gotten back down now. Bate is trying to reduce that gap, gotten it back to 21 seconds. So closest gap currently is Jim running behind Wilmar at the moment. Wavy running in 5th. Yeah, sometimes they catch up to Jim right now. And then I got Heater 86 running in 6th here. 19 seconds behind Wavy, so he's a bit ways back. The only thing he has to worry about right now is Dakri 33 running in 7th. About 8 seconds behind him. And an AlphaTauri, so he's still in the race. 7 drivers remain. Let's see what's happening out front. 21.9 seconds. A gap between Bate and Assassin. I'm thinking if Assassin does decide to make a pit stop here, he might try to do it and go on to softs and go to the end on those. Might have a better chance of getting past back Bate if he's on a faster tire. Of course, not sure if he wants to take the chance here. He has about 9 laps remaining in the race to go. I got Jim Straff trying to catch up to Wilmar right now, and he seems to be doing a pretty good job at doing that right now. Gap is breaking down by 1/10 every few seconds here. Oh, we got someone into the pits. I think that was Wilmar into the pits. He is pitting after 11 laps on those tires, which means you would expect that Assassin should be taking another pit stop. He's 13 laps on his medium so far. And it's going to be quite close between Assassin and Bate when he does take that pit stop, which I think he will have to take. Alright, so that gap is now down to 20.7 seconds. That's not enough time for... Oh, and he is in the pit, so this is going to be quite interesting. Let's see how this is going to play out, because we do have a Bate coming behind right now. His gap is 20.7 seconds that Assassin went in with. I'm quite sure Bate might be able to make it past him, and he is going to go on to softs. So he's going to have a fighting chance at the end of this race, because he definitely knows that Bate is going to make it past him on the pit stops here, which Bate is coming around right now. And there comes Assassin out. Bate goes ahead into P1. Of course, with Assassin now on the soft tires, he's going to have so much of a better chance of catching back up to Bate, which is just 1.1 second that gap is, and get past him. So that's going to be quite a battle to see between Williams right now, which is not something we expected getting into this race, to have a battle between Williams drivers. So we're going to keep following along with Assassin here at the moment to see... Oh, we got Wavy back into the pits there right now, changing off his 9-lap old mediums. Probably going on to softs there as well, as Wilmar went on to softs as well. So quite a different play of strategies we're seeing here today compared to other race we had this earlier today. Gap is already back under a second between Bate and Assassin, so Assassin might have made the right move here. He has caught back to Bate very quickly. Now just has to look for a very clean gap to go on and get past, and he should be able to make up some time off of his teammate. I'm not sure if his teammate is just going to let him go by, or Bate is going to fight him on this one. Let's see what happens on the pit straight if he gets a clean go at it, which he might. pulling alongside. They're going side by side. Assassin seems to have gotten past, takes back the racing line, and he is good to go. He's gotten past into P1. Now leads the race again. Bait has to stay in P2 unless he's able to catch his teammate and get past. And being on those slower tires, 6-lap old, I don't think he's going to be able to do it that easily. So Assassin leads. Bait in second. Jim Strap running in third right now. And he's on hards. I highly doubt he's going to be fitting again on those tires. He's trying to finish this race in P3 on the podium here. We got Wilmar running in P4 right now. His teammate behind him in P5, 9.2 seconds behind. And then we got Heater 6 in 6th with 4.7 seconds between himself and Wavy. And he has Dark Return 3 behind him for company for 5.6 seconds. Wilmar with the fastest lap of the race so far at 123.9. Not too bad going into the race so far. We got Assassin gaining some time off of Bait right now. 1.4, 1.5 seconds that gap has built up to. So Bait is not going to have DRS. Does have a lot of overtake to use. Might be trying to make use of it for the next 6 laps of this race. Not sure how much good that's going to do him, but if he's able to catch up, he might stand a chance here. But being on the slower tires and those tires are a bit worn, it's going to be quite difficult for him to actually catch up to his teammate. Either way, it's some good points for Williams. And there goes Assassin with the fastest lap, 123.6. So still quite an intense race, even though we have just 7 drivers remaining. 1 driver was disqualified. A few incidents happen on track, but does tend to happen from time to time. That's now Wavy with the fastest lap, 123.4. Beta seemed to have lost some more time off Assassin there. 3 seconds is the lead he has over Bait right now. Of course, Jim is about 25 seconds behind Bait, so Bait shouldn't be too worried about that. He should be able to take P2 quite comfortably. All he needs to do right now is just finish the race in this position here. We got Wilmar trying to catch up to Jim for P3, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it. Jim trying to hold on strongly to that P3 and hold on to that gap he currently has over the Racing Point. 9 seconds is what separates the 2 Racing Point drivers right now. That's Wilmar and Wavy. Got the Prix 33 still running 3.5 seconds behind Heater 86, trying to catch up. He does have quite a number of laps more left to do it, just about 4 more laps actually, so not too much of time. So Assassin leads off of Bait. Then we have Jim Strap running in P3 right now. Doing a good job of keeping himself in P3 at the moment. Wilmar 15 seconds behind him right now. Not sure if Wilmar is going to be able to catch up here, or how well he's going to be able to catch up. 15 seconds of gap. But let's see if he can actually break that down, or if he's going to be losing time. Seems to be gaining time at the moment. Of course, there are only so many laps left, so it's going to be quite difficult to break that gap down in just about 3 to 4 laps time and actually get past it in the same time there. Dark Return 3 seems to be gaining some time off of Heater 86, seems to have gained a second so far. Wilmar seems to be gaining some time as well. Bait seems to be continuing losing some time out in front. On lap 26 right now running. And anything can happen down to the end of the race, guys. So it's not unusual that we see some surprises happening in the last few laps. Not sure what's going to happen here as yet, but we're just waiting to see what's going to transpire with it, because not too much close battles going on. The closest we have is Dark 33 catching up to Heater 86. Which he is doing right now, so let's see what's going to happen between these two at the moment. So still following to see how well that Tree is going to be able to close the gap right now. 1.3 seconds, so not a lot of laps left for him to try and get this done. He's going to have to put some speed into this. Of course, he does have to be careful about getting past the car in front of him. He has to first try and get it under a second before he can actually get the RS to try and get closer. Bait has lost a lot of time out in front. Is he disconnected? No, he's still on. Losing a lot of time to his teammate right now, though. Just about 2.5 laps remaining to go for the race, so not a lot of time. He's just gonna keep it in P2 for now, hopefully finish there and get some points for the race. So Williams on for the best start for the season so far. Not sure how well the Group 1 is doing at the moment in terms of Williams' team. Still following with Dak Retard to see if he can break down that 1.3 second gap. Oh, and he seems to have gotten it done very quickly. Something happened down at the back. Not sure what happened with the two cars there for a second there. Doesn't seem like anyone has any damage. They're both still going at it. Very close together though. Bait is back on. Not sure why he got disconnected for a second there. As we're just going to follow with these guys because the closest battle we can have is this happening here right now between Heater 86 and Dakri 33. Bait might be having some trouble with his internet right now getting back on, and he seems to be losing a lot of time. Hopefully he gets back on to take control of that car before Jim gets past him, because he's currently running second. 14.6 seconds is the time between him and Jim seems to be gaining some time right now. As we're following along with Dak Retarded right now to see if he can get past Heater. This is we're going to keep an eye on the gap between Jim and Bait at the moment. As he seems to have gotten back on. Hopefully he gets control of that car and doesn't allow Jim to get past, because that's going to be a good fight for... Oh, and we got Dakri trying to get past Heater 86 now. Has seemed to done it. Heater 86 trying to get back at him right now. Has lost a bit of time though, about half a second. Not sure if he's going to do to get this done. Jim just about 9.2, under 9 seconds now behind Bates' car. What's happening out front? It doesn't seem like Bates' car is disconnected. But he might be having some trouble. As we're currently in lap 28. Oh, and we just entered into the final lap of the race. Following along with Jim right now. Let's see if you can see Bates' car in his view. I'm not sure if he can as yet. He's still about maybe about 10 seconds or so. I can't see the gap time as yet. So Bait now about... Oh, I think Assassin took another pit stop maybe? Not sure what's happening there. No, sorry about that. So 16 seconds is the gap between Assassin and Bait. And 7.2 seconds is the gap between Bait and Jim right now. As Jim is desperately trying to catch up. Which I'm not quite sure he'll be able to do. So switching back to Assassin, he's drove an excellent race here today to be finishing on pole, which it seems like he might if he does finish his lap. So that's going to be him taking pole position for the race, and his teammate Bait coming in for second. Let's see if that's how they're going to actually finish here. Might be taking it a bit slow for some reason here, or maybe he knows that he has the time. Or he's just trying to be super careful. Not even sure what the Williams driver is trying to do. So Assassin comes across the line now. Any second now for P1. Has his teammate coming behind him. I think he was waiting for his teammate to catch up. Assassin goes across P1, his teammate comes across for P2, And we got Jim coming across for P3. We got Wilmer coming around. He should be coming in for P4. And he does get it. And we got Wavy coming next. Wilmer with a 5-second penalty on serve. That's going to be added. I don't think that's going to affect his position on track here, though. We got Wilmer, Wavy coming around. He should be coming in for P5. Seems to be happy about that. Wouldn't blame him. Coming is Dakar now for a P6. Still in Sector 3. Coming has Heater 86, 4 seconds behind him. Around the final turn he goes, and he has his teammate coming behind him. And that's Dakar into 6th. And let's see if his team, Heater 86 takes 7th. And that's going to be it for the Australian Grand Prix here today for IFR Esports League. First race of the season for them, for Group 2. And Jim takes driver of the day. Can't say he didn't deserve that. Did excellent race here today. And good job on Williams actually for getting P1, P2. Not bad on their behalf. So a lot of points there for them. We should have our table coming up pretty shortly. I think Jim did pretty well getting driver of the day and and Wavy got fastest lap there. So good job on him for that. So Assassin P1, Bait takes P2, Jim takes P3, Wilmar P4, Wavy 5th, Dockery 6th, Heater 86 7th, and amongst the non-finishing drivers will be Dido in 8th, Ivospawn 9th, Time to Juggle in 10th, Willow 11th, ENMC is 12th, Garfield is 13th, Cal is 14th. And that is it for the Australian Grand Prix here today, guys. Thank you guys for joining us for this session. More racing to come very soon, which is as soon as tomorrow.